Welcome to my Dueling Grounds guide. This guide can help new players as well as experienced players. First, I'll be quickly breaking down the pros and cons of each weapon, and then I'll show you how to abuse the meta so you can easily farm rating and rank. Let's quickly go in order from the worst weapon in the game to the best, starting with Naginata. Naginata isn't entirely a bad weapon, but just doesn't fit with the meta of the game. Its pros are actually quite strong, having much larger range than your average weapon, being able to strike anyone from anywhere. Its block damage is higher than normal, which means you only have to hit your opponent's block a few times before it breaks. And lastly, its heavies have armor against katana and dagger light attacks. This makes it so if you're against an opponent who's just spamming light attacks, you can actually throw a heavy attack during their combo to interrupt it. However, this is where the con of Naginata really makes the whole weapon fall apart. Its speed. Not only are the attacks slower for both its light attacks and heavy attacks, but this also includes its end lag and chain speed. This means even if you hit your opponent with a light attack straight to the face, they can still recover in time to interrupt your light attack chain, even if you mashed it as hard as you could. On top of that, the end lag of its heavies are so severe that it could get punished with a light attack pretty easily. And higher rating, you'll come across players who abuse two more things I haven't talked about yet. Remember earlier when I said you can throw heavies to prevent people from spamming light attacks? Well, turns out if they decide to not overcommit with the light attacks, they can actually just recover in time to parry the heavy attack, which not only does insane damage to your block gauge, but guarantees another light attack to hit you. And lastly, in high rating, people will often chain parries to prevent light and heavy attack mixes. This is extremely effective against Naginata because its lights and heavies are so slow that no matter how hard you try, you'll never be able to mix your opponent if they play well. Ironically, we just talked about how Naginata's speed basically completely kills it being viable, and now we're moving on to daggers, the fastest weapon in the game. But realistically, that's its only pro. Aside from having the fastest lights and heavies in the game, dagger cons make it very miserable to go against katana. To start, it has very obvious lack of range. The range isn't a huge downside all things considered since its heavies go decently far, but that's not the main downside. There's two huge issues with daggers that causes its downfall in the ring: its damage and its multi-hits. Let's start with its damage. The lights are by far the weakest in the game, which I can understand to some degree since they're the fastest in the game, but like, they nerfed its speed and it has the lowest range in the game. You can survive like 3 light attacks on 1 HP before dying, which absolutely sucks because the only realistic way you can play with daggers is to chip damage them. Let's talk about multi-hits. If you do 2 light attacks or 2 heavy attacks in a row by any means, you're forced to initiate the second combo in its chain, both of which throw 2 attacks in one move, which initially sounds strong since you'll be doing double the damage than normal. However, the chain doesn't combo into itself. This means if you hypothetically hit someone with the first hit of the 2 chain hit, they can still parry it anyways, which, by the way, higher elo players will always just go for the parries on multi-hits because it drains half your block gauge instantly. And really, I think if they got rid of the multi-hit factor of its combos, it would be mostly fine. Its lack of damage and range isn't as important as the fact that you lose your entire block gauge for trying to chain an attack. It sucks. Now, let's move on to the holy grail of the meta, the katana. Yeah, the weapon you start with is easily the strongest in the game. To start, its lights are basically just as fast as daggers with more range and more damage. On top of that, katana easily has the best dash light attack in the game. You can use it offensively to quickly close the distance on an opponent, or you can use it defensively to instantly punish an opponent for literally trying to do anything. Or you can use it to mix up your opponent's parry timings and easily chip away at their block gauge, which, by the way, no other weapon can do that in this game. Don't even get me started on its repost, putting the opponent directly back in front of you compared to other weapons. Katana is the only weapon in the game currently to just constantly dish damage on your block with very minimum risk in comparison to other weapons. And then on top of that, having the privilege to keep up the pressure since both of its abilities just put opponents right back in front of you. So what are the cons with katana? Literally fucking nothing. Like, genuinely, there's no downside to katana whatsoever. It has privilege, privilege, and more privilege. With that out of the way, let's move on how to farm rating with katana. Preferably at the beginning of a match, you want to start by conditioning your opponent with light attacks. What this basically means is you're not going to be throwing any heavy attacks for a bit. Simply put, you want to see how your opponent reacts to your pressure. Sometimes you want to throw in a random dash light attack in between, maybe delay your light attacks, or just randomly start spamming lights and pray to God. The only thing that's really important is making sure you don't get your block broken from an opponent parrying you. What you're really looking for is your opponent's weakness. What are they struggling to parry the most? Abuse it. And if they're not struggling to parry at all, allow me to introduce you to the meta. Wow, it's beautiful. Anyways, parries in this game are just completely fucking unbeatable. They added a mechanic where after your third parry in a row, they'll start to slow down significantly to prevent you from spamming parries. What they didn't account is for this. You can just refresh the parry cooldown by dashing, which is nearly unpunishable. This is boring, yet true reality for Dueling Grounds meta. If you just spam parries and dashes while throwing a light attack every once in a while, you'll almost always have a block gauge lead on your opponent. Once you have the lead, all you have to do is pressure your opponent and pray they make a mistake so you can break their block and repeat. Now you know how to farm free rating in Dueling Grounds. Abuse it while you can because I'm sure this will eventually be patched to not exist anymore. I pray to fucking God. Have fun while you can because past 700 rating, you'll start running into cheaters who are completely impossible to beat. And if they're not cheaters, you still won't be having fun anyway since the meta fucking sucks. Anyways, here's me and my friend fighting with katana. We are both retarded.
He's an executioner. You're an executioner.
Huzzah. Yeah, start with the
You're fucking ass.
My leg's on fire. I have spaghetti on my thighs.
No. Yo, I'm mashing M1.
Get cancer.
No, bro. Oh.
No, you got me while dashing.
Oh, I'm winning though. I'm plus there.
I hate you.
I just know how to play sword better. I don't. Oh no! No! Oh.
You're bad. Bro, I did not want.
Why did you do that? Oh. Okay, though, raw jump attack. I'm literally playing better. I'm playing better, bro. I'm playing better. It doesn't matter.
You're
This shit just fucking wins.
I'm better. I'm better.
Oh.
I'm better. Your excuses. I'm better.
Fuck. Why would you throw a raw? What? Okay, my parry.
Nope.
Where did I dash one?
Yo.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yo. I'm in there!
Yo.
Look at my big toe, what was that?
Yes, sir. I hit your big toe damn straight. I did, boy. Oh my god. Yo, peep this M2.
Nope. Jump attack. Hello? Oh my god!
Oh,
why would you continue it, you brain dead fuck?
That's exactly why. Because it's brain dead. Ah!
Please! I thought that wasn't gonna hit. Oh, you're dead.
Oh,
Get right.
no,
Watch this shit. I'm gonna fish you off. I'm gonna fish you off. What?
It's not.
Easy.
Oh, where's my parry?
Easy!